Next, we will turn our attention to SCR 1604. The chair recognizes the senator from Johnson, Senator Thompson, to explain the bill and to explain the bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is our application to the Congress for an Article 5 convention. Many of you have probably seen this before, and there are a number of whereas statements that line out the need for this. Obviously, number one is we're at $36.5 trillion in debt. Regardless of who occupies the White House, there are a number of agencies that extend federal overreach into state business. And Article 5 gives us a very unique opportunity to apply for a convention which would consider articles of change to amend the U.S. Constitution. This is just an application. It is not an amendment to the Constitution. I want to make sure you're very clear on that. And this is specifically designed to create just 3 topics of discussion that would be germane if an Article 5 convention were called. One would be limited to proposing the amendments to the Constitution that impose fiscal restraints on the federal government. Number 2, limit the power and jurisdiction of the federal government. And number 3, limit the terms of office for officials of the federal government and members of Congress of the United States. Obviously, this is a situation that our founders saw as a solution to a problem. They knew at some point the federal government was going to get so big and people so entrenched and into the bureaucracy that changing it becomes virtually impossible with regard to managing the federal budget, which Lord knows the Trump administration is trying to do, but the federal spending is out of control. And the founders realized that there had to be a mechanism to allow the states to weigh in. Right now, there are 19 states who have applied under this particular type of Article 5 application. It requires 34 to actually call an Article 5 convention, and it would require 38 states to ratify if they were able to come together and propose certain amendments. So we're a long way from that process. However, it is a process that needs to be considered. And this is something we've tried a number of times and come very, very close. And it is my sincere desire that we can get this across. And with that, I will stand for questions, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to close with a quote from Ronald Reagan. So ask this question: will we preserve for our children the last best hope of man on earth, or will we sentence them to take the first step into 1,000 years of darkness? If we fail, at least let our children and our children's children say of us, we justified our brief moment here. We did all that could be done. That's what this is about. We are at wit's end with the out-of-control federal government and our inability to control it in any way, even through elections. And so Article 5 provides us the only relief that we have. The founders put it into the Constitution for a purpose. Even though it hasn't been exercised yet, it is a purpose that is important and necessary, and they foresaw the problems that we have right now. So with that, I move that when the committee rises and reports, it report SCR 1604 favorably for adoption.
You all have heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, no. The motion carries.